Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speculate, where we speculate all things gaming, Marvel, Star Wars, and more. Today, we're talking about the possibility of a new Wii Sports game, specifically Wii Sports Winter Games, and what it could be. As always, if you're new here, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and leave a comment down below if you think this game will happen. Let's get into it. I think the first game we could see in a Wii Sports Winter Games game is skiing. I think skiing would be a great choice for a winter themed Wii Sports game because skiing's a staple of the Winter Olympics, and I think it'd just be really fun. I also think there are three different game modes that Nintendo could put into this game. They are alpine skiing, speed skiing, and cross country skiing. I think they could possibly have this game centered around a winter themed Woohoo Island, something like that, where there's snow on the ground. So a cross country skiing could be something where you get to cross country ski around the whole island, maybe sort of an open world type game there. And then there's also speed skating, which could be an indoor venue where you're just trying to beat the other players or something to that sort. And then alpine skiing, which could be maybe skiing down a large mountain that there is, maybe the stand in for the volcano at Woohoo Island. Maybe they switch that if they were to use the same Woohoo Island, they switch the volcano from a volcano to a giant mountain slope. I think another game we could see on this game is snowboarding. I think snowboarding, when you think of winter and winter games and even the Olympics, you think of snowboarding. I think the two game modes they could have on this is the half pipe and just regular snowboarding, like down a mountain. I think this would be really fun, and I think it would be different from skiing because you'd have to maybe, if it was using Joy Cons, hold the one Joy-Con sideways and do something like that, kind of using that motion controls there. And I think the half pipe would be similar. It could also be in an indoor venue where you have to use the motion controls to hit certain tricks or get certain airtime on your jumps or something like that to make it really fun for players. The third game mode I think they could have on this game would be bobsledding. I think bobsledding would be a really good choice because you would be able to have multiple people maybe control the bobsled like they do in the Winter Olympics, where you have about four people in the bobsled, or you could even do single and double bobsled, so you could have different modes there for the different number of people. And I think this one could be really interesting for Nintendo to develop because they could either have it done in an indoor venue or maybe in an outdoor venue or some of both. I think this is one that really could be fun for multiple people playing at the same time. I think another good game for this would be curling. I think this would be kind of similar to golf on Wii Sports, but also different enough to where it would be a unique game. I also think this would be fun because it would definitely use the motion controls, and you could use multiple people for one person to actually use the curling mechanic, but the other people to use the Joy Cons or whatever controller as like the little brooms to scrape the ice off the path of the curling. And I think this would just be a really fun game. Another good game I think they could add would be ice hockey. I think ice hockey would be similar to either volleyball or more likely soccer from Nintendo Switch Sports, where you can have multiple people playing and you can either do a 1v1 or a 2v2. I think this would be just a really fun game to have multiplayer for, and it's already quite similar to the Nintendo Switch Sports Soccer, so I think it could be easily developed by Nintendo. I think it'd be a good fit because ice hockey, of course, is associated with winter games and even the Winter Olympics, and the multiplayer experience would overall just be very fun. Finally, if I think they were to add one more game to this to make it 7 games, I think they would add figure skating. I think figure skating would again be a unique game mode from all the other ones we discussed here. And I think it would just be really intuitive with the motion controls and be able to create something different from all the other games in the series. I do hope Wii Sports Winter Games does happen, but overall, I think the likelihood of this is pretty unlikely, though I would give it probably maybe a 15% chance of happening. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and comment down below if you think a Wii Sports Winter Games will happen. And as always, have a good one.